Modern-day trafficking is a type of slavery that involves the transport or trade of people for the purpose of work. According to the UN, about 2.5 million people around the world are ensnared in the web of human trafficking at any given time. But there are other forms of trafficking that are very serious and more disturbing. The industry of sex and human trafficking, which is the illegal movement of people typically for the purpose of forced labor or commercial sexual exploitation and prostitution, is very present in Thailand. Almost every street in the lower sides of town are crawling with young women and girls being sold for their bodies and physical features.
Inevitably, the lucrative industry leaked across the country and earned Thailand its infamous reputation, sex sells. When did it all start? Once in a quiet fishing village, Paeta was discovered during the Vietnam War as a destination for American soldiers to have a period of rest and relaxation. The soldiers referred to it as a period of intoxication and intercourse. The event initiated a prostitution boom, which, despite the city's best efforts to clean up, has been persistent into the present day.
The sex industry has been present for at least 6 centuries. In the past, commercialized sex in Thailand was a small industry. It was in the 1970s when the sex trade and trafficking began to flourish in Thailand. The flood of US GIs into Thailand during the Vietnam War was the single largest contributing factor to the sharp rise of the Thai sex industry.
From the mid-1300s to the mid-1700s, prostitution was legal and taxed by the Thai government. But technically, prostitution in the kingdom has been illegal since the 1960s. The Thai government has encouraged it due to the vast amount of revenue it brings to the country's economy, turning their backs to what actually is happening.
In 2003, the Ministry of Justice considered legalizing prostitution as an official occupation with health benefits and taxable income. They held a public discussion on the topic. Legalization and regulation was proposed as a means to increase tax revenue, reduce corruption, and improve the situation of the workers. Luckily, nothing further was done.
Mostly everything that has happened in the past is still happening today, but the laws are more strict around preventing it. Though most issues like this are very hard to stop completely because this is such a large industry.
Even though it is illegal, the demand is still very high from both Thai men and Westerners. If we go back to how it all started, it seems quite logical that no matter how you fight sex trade, it will always be present, and there's nothing we can do to change that, because of the market rules and the amount of money that is made from this industry.
Here are some examples of different kinds of prostitutes and what they cost.
Sex with a Thai bar girl and street hooker is 1,000 baht short time and 1,500 long time, which would be $30 to $50 in the United States. Sex with the soapy massage girl is 1,600 baht, which is around $50 US. An online escort is 5,000 baht, which is around $140 US.
Sex with a Thai brothel worker is 300 to 500 baht. In US dollars, it's $8 or $14. If they need the money for schooling or family, they typically offer sex when in need, and they usually ask for 2,000 baht, but some of the better-looking girls ask for 3,000 to 4,000 baht.
Mall workers love nothing better than to quit their jobs and move in with you. It can cost up to 10,000 baht a month, which can add up to $300 US.
Here are some facts.
There are currently 2.8 million sex workers, including 2 million women, 20,000 adult males, and 800,000 minors under the age of 13 involved in this industry, but the figures for women and minors were considered to be grossly inflated by most observers.
Children are forced to do prostitution at the earliest age of 12, which is even more illegal than regular prostitution because the age of consent in Thailand is 15. A lot of underage girls go into prostitution because they are in need to bring money into their families.
In July 2016, it was reported that the Thai government intends to abolish the sex industry. Ms. Kopkarn, the tourism minister, said tourists don't come to Thailand for sex. They come here for our beautiful culture, and that we want Thailand to be about quality tourism. We want the sex industry gone.
Did you know that most sex workers are kept locked in their rooms by their pimps, with very little food and water until their next job? These women and girls are kept in horrible conditions. They are beaten, raped, and drugged by their pimps, aka their owners. Prostitutes are treated as if they are objects, rather than people. They are sold and exchanged between their pimps. Oppression, prolonged, cruel, or injustice treatment or control. General Prayuth Chan-o-cha seized power last year, promising happiness, prosperity, and security. But the junta has failed to deliver all three. In 2012, Thailand made a significant advancement in efforts to eliminate the worst forms of child labor. The government passed ministerial regulation on labor and welfare protection for domestic workers, which offers protection to child domestic workers, including setting a minimum age for domestic work at 15 years.
The government also updated the list of hazardous occupations and working conditions prohibited to children and increased the minimum age for children to work in sea vessels from 16 to 18. In addition, the government announced a new provision to extend healthcare benefits for all Thai and migrant women and children, including free healthcare for children, and continued to participate in a project to eliminate child labor in the shrimp and seafood processing industry. However, enforcement of child labor laws continue to be weak, and the government lacks current nationwide data on child labor. Children continue to be engaged in the worst forms of child labor, including hazardous activities in agriculture and shrimp and seafood processing. Children working are exposed to dangerous tools and pesticides. Children may face such conditions in the production of sugarcane. There is also limited evidence that children face such conditions in the process of rubber, roses, and oranges.
Power corrupts, even the strongest people. Power can make people do crazy things that they don't usually do. It gives people secret joy to assert dominance over another person.
Although child labor laws have improved, there is still so much more that needs to happen before we can all have peace of mind.
We need to help these children. We can't just sit back and wait for someone else to do something about the disturbing child labor and sex trafficking issues. So what can we do to help now?
One great way to help is to raise awareness to this issue. We can start raising awareness by sharing this video with people who actually matter.
We have found some organizations that work to stop child labor and sex trafficking. They include stopchildlabor.org, worldvision.ca/donate now, so that you can sponsor a child so that they don't have to go into the sex trafficking industry.
Thank you so much for watching our video. We hope that this wasn't just a presentation that you had to sit through in socials class.
We hope that you guys take this video to heart and really think about what we said. Thank you for watching.
Okay.